And now Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Paul Bean.
All right, we're starting off with that winter weather advisory again because it is looking to be a pretty crazy Thursday. Over tonight into tomorrow, we're going to start to see rain and snow move through the Snake River Plain with some heavy snow up in the Wyoming area. But for that advisory, for the most part, it's sticking to the areas to the south near Soda Springs. Pocatello's involved in that as well, even though for the most part they're seeing that snow-rain mix. Over in the Central Mountains with Stanley, Salmon, and Arco being kind of the borderlines of that area. But until 6 a.m., expect only about 1 to 3 inches. The real heavy snow is going to be up near the Jackson area in the mountains. You can see the valley in the advisory. The mountains are in the warning, and snowfall up to 8 to 16 inches. It's going to be a pretty crazy night into tomorrow morning with localized amounts possibly being even higher than 16. And of course, late snowstorms like this aren't exactly rare, but it does kind of put a shock to the system when we're not used to seeing the snow constantly like we are in the December, January areas. We also have that high wind warning for majority of the Snake River Plain, and I mentioned 86, 84, even parts of 15 are within that high wind warning. It's going to be a pretty rough day of driving for tomorrow. That's through almost the entire day, 9 a.m. through midnight on Thursday. 60-mile-an-hour gusts with a lot of those regular miles per hour closer to 30 to 40, but possible to see those 60 gusts. And of course, that is going to be really rough, especially if you're driving a truck or a van or one of those high-profile vehicles down I-15. It's going to be a pretty rough day. Storm tracker, though, for now, staying clear. It's been a pretty nice day. Temperatures in those 60s still, but that's about to change as we move into this, the back half of the week. We're seeing a lot of those temperatures drop back down to the 40s. We're seeing a lot of that wind pick up, and it's going to be very reminiscent to the early spring we saw this year, where it's not exactly snow in the Snake River Plain, but we're seeing winter-like weather moving through. You can see the band of moisture starting to make its way through on the coast. That's going to hit us starting tonight into tomorrow. Future tracker by tomorrow seeing rain in Pocatello, but we could see that pink for that mix move a little bit further to the west, give us some mixed and snow here in Pocatello. But for the most part, it's missing most of the heavy systems. You can see it's heavily snowing in the Wyoming region. And for the most part, that rain sticks to the Snake River Plain, but we could see some crossover with a little bit of a mix here in Pocatello and a little bit more snow up north near Idaho Falls. Tonight, though, that mix does return, 41 degrees. Central Mountains, rain and snow as well, 37 in Chalice. The highlands in western Wyoming seeing the worst of it, but still rain and snow through the nighttime, 31 in Island Park, 33 in Jackson. That solidifies into a full push of snow, 35 in Island Park, 37 in Jackson. Like I mentioned, we are going to see the teens for snow inches, up to 16 inches in the Jackson area. And then finally, as we move over to the Central Mountains, the snow continues just a little bit, 43, a little bit of a mix in there as well. And in the morning, we'll see a mix in Pocatello, but we'll see that start to back off as we move forward. 48 for Idaho Falls, 45 for Pocatello. As for those 7-day forecasts, well, you see it does come back later. We do see a break right after this next wave. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, warming it back up to the 60s just to be knocked down again for that rain on Monday. That chance of a mix again on Tuesday with some more heavy winds. Idaho Falls very similar, closer to snow, especially since they're further up north, a little bit colder than Pocatello usually is. But Thursday, seeing that mix, windy, 43, getting up to 62 for Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, that rain and snow comes back, 52 to 37, so a pretty stark drop there, almost 15 degrees. And as we head over towards the Teton area, more on the snow side, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. Central Mountains very similar. They're up higher in the elevations, seeing a lot more snow than they see mix. But Thursday, Friday, Sunday through Tuesday, seeing wind and snow and rain making its way through. And of course, with these late snowstorms last year, Pocatello was done with the snow by today's date, 4/11. True or false? We'll have the answer coming up.